Hi, this is Cheryl Petersen with Healing Science Today. I'm going to talk about a scientific sense of health. Typically, when I think of the word science, I think of applying my physical senses because I need those to be curious, to observe, measure, or collect data. But that method of science is based on the theory of matter. It needs to be. Any theory based on matter must stay within the framework of the material or physical senses to work scientifically because they're connected. It's as honest as it can get. Science becomes unscientific when, say, bias or beliefs, personal beliefs, come into play. But we also have a scientific method based on the theory of mind, perhaps called metaphysics or psychics or psychology or Christian Science, which I talk about in my book, 21st Century Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures, a modern version of Mary Baker Eddy's Science and Health. Now, this isn't an argument for or against the fantastic or fatal happenings that come from the physical sciences. This isn't an argument for or against the fantastic or fatal happenings that come from mental or metaphysical systems. It's an argument for scientific health. In light of the fact that physical health is very difficult to establish with mutating matter or unreliable physical senses, we have the right and charge to investigate further. So, the theory of mind we're working with here is based on spirituality. It has a control greater than my private mind or any human mind, since all human minds are limited. I'll call the control spiritual mind or infinite mind. I could use the common word used to cover that which is greater than any limited human mind, good old God, but the word we use isn't the point. Words are easy to misinterpret. Anyway, we're still back on square one with an idea or hypothesis. Is scientific health sourced in spiritual mind? Would not an infinite mind source infinite health? Does health control the body rather than the body control health? To observe and experiment with a theory based on spiritual mind, we must stay within the framework of our spiritual senses to work scientifically. What's the difference between spiritual senses and physical senses? Quite a lot. Our spiritual senses sense happiness despite matter or materiality. Our spiritual senses sense freedom, even if our physicality is restricted. Our spiritual senses sense courage, even if we're facing fear and chaos. Our spiritual senses sense health, beating to the tune of infinite mind, not to the noise of human minds or material atoms or bodies. Physical senses reverse what our spiritual senses know. Instead of knowing health, physical senses tell us that our bodies determine health and physical comforts determine our happiness. Yes, it feels like a battle between the spiritual senses and the physical senses, but battles are won. Don't all scientific advancements point to mind? We couldn't think without mind. We couldn't lift a finger without mind. Isn't scientific health sourced in the infinite mind? From the Bible, a proverb, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your paths."